The mysterious snail woman. In a small village nestled deep within the forested hills of ancient Africa, the people lived in harmony with nature. They believed that the spirits of the land, water, and sky were always watching over them, blessing or cursing them based on their deeds. Among these spirits, the river spirit was the most revered. Her waters provided fish, fertile soil, and life to the entire village. But the villagers also whispered of her protectors, creatures that could take human form to walk among men, watching and guarding the river's secrets. One hot afternoon, as the villagers worked in the fields, a strange woman appeared at the edge of the river. Her skin shimmered like wet clay. Her eyes were dark and deep, like the river itself, and her movements were as graceful as the flow of water. The villagers watched her, curious but cautious. Strangers were rare in these parts, and her beauty was otherworldly. The village chief Okuda approached her. "Who are you, and where do you come from?" he asked. The woman smiled, but gave no name. "I come from far away," she said, her voice smooth and melodious. "I seek refuge and a place to call home." The villagers, wary, yet enchanted by her presence, welcomed her cautiously. She was given a small hut near the river and soon became known as Adana. She was kind and hardworking, her hands skilled at weaving baskets and making pottery. But what truly captivated the villagers was her voice. When she sang by the river, the fish seemed to leap out of the water, and the trees swayed as though dancing to her tune. Yet, Adana kept to herself, never revealing much about her past. The villagers noticed that she never stayed out after sunset, and always avoided stepping on snails. If she saw one in her path, she would gently pick it up and place it on the side, muttering words under her breath. One day, a hunter named Ikenga grew curious and decided to follow her. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he trailed her to the riverbank. There, under the pale light of the moon, he saw something he would never forget. Adana knelt by the water, singing softly. Slowly, her form began to change. Her legs merged, her arms shrank, and her body coiled into a large snail shell. In moments, she was no longer a woman, but a giant snail, glistening in the moonlight. Ikenga gasped, snapping a twig beneath his foot. Adana turned swiftly, her snail form dissolving as she transformed back into a woman. "You should not have seen this," she said, her voice heavy with sorrow. Ikenga pleaded for forgiveness and promised to keep her secret. Adana sighed, her gaze softening. "I am one of the river spirit's guardians," she confessed. "I took this form to protect the river from harm. If my secret is kept, I can remain among you. But if it spreads, disaster will follow." True to his word, Ikenga kept the secret. But as time passed, the villagers noticed his unease. One day, after a night of heavy drinking, he blurted out the truth to a group of friends. The next morning, the river began to dry up. Fish floated lifeless on its surface, and the fertile lands turned to dust. Panicked, the villagers rushed to Adana's hut, but it was empty. All that remained was a trail of silvery slime leading to the river. Realizing their folly, the villagers gathered at the riverbank, begging for forgiveness. But Adana never returned. The river remained dry for many moons, teaching the villagers a harsh lesson. The spirits of the land must be respected, and some secrets are not meant to be shared. To this day, elders tell the tale of the mysterious snail woman, a guardian of nature's balance, and warn children to treat the river and its creatures with care, or risk the wrath of the spirits.
For more story like this, click like and subscribe to my channel.